My plan for today was to do some burning, burn some slash, show you more techniques I use for that, but it's supposed to be nearly 60 degrees today in January. I like burning in cold weather, not spring-like days. So I changed my mind. Yeah, we men are allowed to do that too, you know. I decided today would be a better day to mill up some of these logs. Milling these same old Douglas fir logs can be a little repetitive, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's what we're doing today. This is a 6-foot log. Starting from the center, we'll go 3 inches up. This is a 6-foot long log. I think I want to make a 6x6 out of it, because what's there not to like about a 6x6? If I go up another inch, I can get probably a 1x4 flitch out of that. A couple days ago, I watched the latest video on the channel, The Old Man and the Saw. On that latest video, Dave did some real sawmill wizardry. One of the things he did, he called the ninja flip. I want to see if I can do that too. All right, here goes. That didn't work so well. Let's try that again. The way he did it was just smooth. That didn't work right. It's supposed to flip all the way around. Let's try that again. Maybe if I put my sticky uppy things all the way up. See, I speak Southern Adirondack too. I think he pushed it out a little bit, and then all that's doing is chewing up my cant. With that and a couple other wizardry things he did, I told him he was like the Mr. Miyagi of sawmills. Here comes the sun. I hear that's all right. I would ask him how he did that, but I'm afraid he would try to make me wash his car, paint his fence, and paint his house. I could totally see him doing that. This ninja log flip was a failure. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. I think his cant might have been a little lighter too. Not only did it flip all the way around when he did it, it actually landed right up against the log stops. Yeah, what's there to not like about a 6x6 chunk of Douglas fir? I think these markings are why some of the higher end mills come with stainless steel on the beds. When these ones wear through the paint, the iron stains the wood. Glad I'm not doing any burning today on this warm January day. How does that saying go? If you can't stand the heat, don't do the slash burning that day. Something like that. Another reason I want to get these milled up sooner than later, if we're not going to have a real winter this year and it's going to keep being this warm, I'm wondering if the bugs that are under the bark, the ones that killed the trees, will mature early and spread to the other trees early. So I want to get these processed, get the bark destroyed, have our bug massacre, get rid of those before it's too late. This is a 10-foot log. It has a possible defect right here, a scar from some kind of a wound. The question is that going to be a real defect under there, or is it going to fool me like the last one did? That may just be a fool's defect, which is an industry term, a fool's defect. At least it's a term as of this moment. This time I didn't get fooled. There is defect. This end, this one in the middle is that one I showed you, that spot on the bark. One on this end too. Goes most of the way through. That's actually some good looking figure there. These ones will just go into the Charlie Brown board pile. Another official industry term starting right now. This one's good. Now we've got a pumpkin here. That's another industry term, a pumpkin. Usually referring to a particularly large log. This one isn't a particularly large Douglas fir, but it's bigger than the other ones we were doing. The difference between this term and the other ones is this one's actually a real one. Not pronounced pumpkin, but punkin. If you're out in the woods logging, of course you're out in the woods logging. Where else would you be logging? If you're logging and you find an area where it's producing a lot of good, high quality, big material, you found the pumpkin patch. This particular pumpkin has some problems. The butt end of it has this big crack and pitch pocket. I'm going to try to isolate that to as few boards as I can. The top end of it looks really good. There's no crack, no defect at all. I think I made up a new word again, dud-all. I meant to say it doesn't have a defect at all, but I said it doesn't have a defect at all. Dud-all. Oh yeah, this log has another problem too. I didn't cut this one down until after the needles were already starting to turn brown and fall off, which means it's pretty dry. This is the tree that this one came from. Always an excuse to watch a tree fall down. Because it's dry and because it's a little bit big, watching that LT15 cut through this dry log is going to be so slow, it's going to be so boring, it'll be like watching frozen molasses oozing down a hill chasing a donut. And that's pretty boring. So we're going to do this one in turbo mode. That should have been quick and painless for you, but it took me a little while. But that's good. It gave me some time to reflect and think about things. Like what I said about the molasses going down the hill. The bad part there is I still haven't been able to make a lick of sense out of whatever it was I said. I did get some good 2x10s though. These three are really good. These three, I isolated the crack to the one. The one below it has some hardened pitch streaks, but those bottom two are still really good boards. Actually, the one on the bottom is a 1x10. The reason I decided to make 2x10s out of this log is it looked like a good log to make 2x10s out of. That was the extent of my thought process on that one. I also have this pile of accumulating flitches. Not those over there, but these. I'm still mostly in denial that I have all those to do still. I came up with a mathematical equation for those though. Check it out. Procrastination plus denial equals big pile of flitches. I'm not a mathematician, so maybe some of you can verify my math on that one. It's still warm, but it's starting to get a little bit dark as the rain clouds are moving in. It's supposed to be raining for the next few days. I don't know if I'll be able to get any more videos out this week or not.